Have you ever been told that if you're diabetic, sweet fruits are off limits? That even nature's candy is too dangerous for your blood sugar? Well, today we're flipping that myth on its head. What if we told you there are actually sweet, juicy, and delicious fruits that diabetics can enjoy without fear? Fruits that not only satisfy your sugar cravings, but also support your health goals? Welcome to your go-to source for the truth about aging, vitality, and smart health choices. Before we dive in, make sure to like this video and hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on the latest health breakthroughs. New updates are always around the corner, and you don't want to be left behind. Let's get real. Diabetes doesn't mean deprivation. It means smart choices. And when it comes to fruit, not all sugar is created equal. The natural sugars found in fruits are accompanied by fiber, antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals, all of which help your body manage that sugar load more gracefully. The key is knowing which fruits to pick, how to enjoy them, and why they're safe. Now imagine biting into a sweet, refreshing piece of fruit. No guilt, no spike, just nourishment. Stay tuned as we reveal 8 of these guilt-free gems, each one more delicious than the last. Let's begin with something unexpected. A fruit so sweet and tropical, yet surprisingly low on the glycemic index. You're probably not thinking of this one. First up, we explore a creamy, fragrant fruit that's often mistaken for a dessert. That's right, it's the tropical guava. Known for its strong aroma and tangy sweetness, guava might seem like a risky choice. But here's the twist. Guava is loaded with dietary fiber, which slows down sugar absorption and helps stabilize blood glucose levels. Even more impressive, guava has a low glycemic index, making it a smart addition to a diabetic diet. It's also packed with vitamin C, more than oranges, in fact. And that's a powerful antioxidant that supports immune health. For people with diabetes who are more prone to infections and inflammation, this is a huge bonus. What makes guava even more intriguing is its versatility. You can eat it raw, chop it into salads, or blend it into smoothies. It's one of those rare fruits that delivers sweetness without the sugar crash. Now let's talk about a juicy red fruit that's always the star of summer, but is often misunderstood in the diabetic community: strawberries. Yes, strawberries. Many people assume their sweetness makes them a no-go, but the truth is the opposite. Strawberries are incredibly low in carbohydrates per serving. A cup of halved strawberries contains just about 11 grams of carbs, and most of that comes with fiber. Plus, strawberries are rich in anthocyanins, those natural pigments that give them their vibrant color. These compounds have been shown to improve insulin sensitivity and reduce post-meal blood sugar spikes. And here's something that might blow your mind. Strawberries have been shown in studies to slow down the digestion of glucose and improve blood sugar levels over time. So, next time you think too sweet, think again. A small bowl of fresh strawberries can be your ally, not your enemy. Still with us? Great, because we're just getting warmed up. The next fruit on our list is often overlooked. Small, juicy, and bursting with sweetness, this fruit is a fiber powerhouse. We're talking about blackberries. These tiny berries pack a serious punch when it comes to diabetic-friendly nutrition. With just 7 grams of carbs and nearly 4 grams of fiber per half cup, blackberries are one of the most blood sugar-friendly fruits you can eat. What's more, blackberries are high in vitamin K, manganese, and antioxidants like polyphenols that reduce inflammation. Diabetics are often encouraged to fight inflammation to improve insulin response, and blackberries do exactly that. Enjoy them on their own, toss them into a salad, or mix them with Greek yogurt for a satisfying dessert substitute. Now, let's shift to a fruit that's as old as civilization itself, and yet still underappreciated in the modern diet. You might be surprised to learn that figs, in moderation, are another diabetic-safe fruit. Wait, figs? Aren't they super sweet? Yes, but here's the catch. When eaten fresh and not dried, figs are relatively low in sugar per piece and come packed with soluble fiber. This type of fiber forms a gel-like substance in the gut that slows glucose absorption. Fresh figs also contain small amounts of magnesium, potassium, and calcium, minerals that contribute to better metabolic function. The trick is to enjoy them whole and fresh, not in the form of fig cookies or sugary bars. 1 or 2 fresh figs make an ideal snack, giving you that rich, honeyed taste without a glucose overload. Let's take a quick moment. If you're enjoying this so far, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to our channel for more enlightening content from Senior Health Tips. We're just halfway through, and the best is yet to come. Coming up next, we highlight a fruit that's often associated with childhood, school lunches, and crisp autumn days. It's time to bring back the humble apple. Yes, apples. Especially the tart, crunchy varieties like Granny Smith. These apples have a lower glycemic index than their red, sugary counterparts, and they contain pectin, a form of soluble fiber that not only lowers cholesterol, but also helps regulate blood sugar levels. Apples are also rich in quercetin, a plant compound with anti-inflammatory and anti-diabetic effects. And get this. The skin of the apple contains most of its fiber and antioxidants, so don't peel it. Just wash it and bite right in. The satisfying crunch of an apple can be an excellent way to curb sugar cravings and stay on track with your blood sugar goals. Next, we introduce a vibrant orange fruit that's more than just a source of vitamin A. We're talking about apricots. Often overshadowed by their flashier cousins, apricots are a diabetic-friendly treasure. They're low in carbohydrates, high in fiber, and bursting with antioxidants like beta-carotene. This nutrient gets converted into vitamin A in the body, supporting eye health. A major concern for many people with diabetes. A single fresh apricot has just about 4 grams of carbs, and their naturally modest sweetness makes them perfect for portion-controlled snacking. Pair them with a handful of almonds, and you've got a blood sugar-friendly, heart-healthy mini-meal. That's 6 down, and the next 2 will really surprise you, because they're often misunderstood, and yet incredibly safe when enjoyed the right way. Let's get into it in the next section. Now for the 7th fruit on our list, one that's often feared in the diabetic world due to its sugar content, but is surprisingly safe when approached the right way. Say hello to mangoes. Yes, mangoes. That sweet, juicy, golden fruit that screams summertime. For years, mangoes have been on the do not eat list for diabetics, and that's unfortunate because when consumed in moderation, mangoes can actually be part of a healthy diet, even for those managing their blood sugar. Here's why. Mangoes have a relatively moderate glycemic index, sitting around 51. That means they're not as blood sugar spiking as you might think. Plus, they're loaded with vitamin C, vitamin A, and powerful polyphenols that have been shown to help regulate glucose metabolism. The key here is portion control. A few small cubes of mango, not a whole fruit, can be enjoyed safely, especially when paired with protein or healthy fats to slow absorption. Let's paint the picture. A small bowl of mango cubes with a dollop of unsweetened Greek yogurt. That combo gives you flavor, fiber, protein, and satisfaction, all in one delicious package. Remember, diabetes management isn't about restriction, it's about strategy, and mangoes can absolutely be part of that strategy. Now we've arrived at number 8, and this one might be the most surprising of all. Often considered a dessert fruit because of its rich, silky flesh, the final fruit is pears. Yes, pears. While many assume that their syrupy sweetness is too much for diabetics, the truth is that pears, especially fresh, ripe ones, are one of the best-kept secrets in diabetic nutrition. Why? Because they're packed with fiber, especially in the skin. A medium-sized pear can contain up to 6 grams of fiber, and most of it is soluble, which helps regulate blood sugar. Pears also have a glycemic index in the low 30s to 40s depending on ripeness, which is remarkably safe. That means they digest slowly and keep your glucose levels stable. And let's not forget the added bonus. Pears are rich in flavonoids, which have been linked to improved insulin sensitivity. Want to enjoy a pear the smart way? Slice it and drizzle a little bit of almond butter over the top. It's the perfect blend of sweet, savory, and satisfying, without any regret. Now that you know all 8 of these sweet fruits that diabetics can enjoy without fear, guava, strawberries, blackberries, figs, apples, apricots, mangoes, and pears, let's talk about how to integrate them into your daily life safely and effectively. First, remember that portion control is everything. Even the healthiest fruit can cause a spike if you eat too much of it. Stick to serving sizes, usually half a cup to 1 cup, depending on the fruit, and always balance it with a source of protein or healthy fat. This helps prevent rapid spikes and keeps your energy levels steady. Second, timing matters. Eating fruit earlier in the day or right after a meal can blunt the glycemic impact because your body is already digesting other nutrients. For instance, pairing strawberries with eggs at breakfast or enjoying apple slices with a few walnuts as a midday snack are smart ways to enjoy natural sweetness without the sugar rush. Third, always choose whole fruit over fruit juice. This cannot be stressed enough. Juicing removes the fiber, which is your blood sugar's best friend. Without fiber, the natural sugars in fruit absorb quickly and can cause rapid spikes. Whole fruits, on the other hand, keep those sugars locked in a slow-digesting package that your body can handle far more gracefully. Fourth, be mindful of dried fruits. They may seem harmless, but they're highly concentrated sources of sugar and carbohydrates. For example, dried figs or dried apricots are dramatically more glycemic than their fresh counterparts. That's why, if you're living with diabetes or even prediabetes, sticking to fresh fruits is always the safest option. Fifth, make fruit part of your overall meal plan, not just a snack on its own. You can incorporate fruit into salads. Think baby spinach, blackberries, and walnuts, or as part of a protein-rich breakfast bowl. You could even blend fruit into your smoothies, but always with a balance of vegetables, protein, and fats. And let's not forget, the quality of fruit matters too. Organic fruits may have fewer pesticides, and seasonal fruits tend to have better nutrient profiles and taste. But whether it's organic or not, the key takeaway is to make sure it's whole, ripe, and eaten in moderation. Now let's do a quick recap of what you've learned today, because repetition locks in retention, and you'll want to remember these diabetic-friendly fruits the next time you're planning your grocery list. You've discovered that guava, with its incredible fiber and low glycemic index, is a tropical treasure. You've learned that strawberries, despite their sweetness, are actually loaded with blood sugar stabilizing anthocyanins. Blackberries offer a double bonus of low carbs and high antioxidants, while figs, when fresh, are rich in fiber and won't sabotage your blood sugar. Apples, especially with the peel on, deliver pectin and quercetin, 2 compounds that help insulin function better. Apricots bring you beta-carotene and fiber in one tiny package, while mangoes, when eaten smartly, are not the villains they've been made out to be. And pears, sweet, juicy, and fiber-packed, are nature's way of saying, yes, you can enjoy life with diabetes. Let's be honest. Living with diabetes can feel like a never-ending game of yes and no. But what you've hopefully realized today is that it doesn't have to be that restrictive. Nature has provided plenty of options, sweet, delicious, and perfectly safe, if you just know what to look for. Your health journey should be filled with empowerment, not fear. With the right knowledge, you can embrace food, enjoy eating, and live vibrantly, regardless of your diagnosis. So, the next time someone tells you that diabetics can't eat fruit, you can confidently say, "Actually, I can. I just know which ones to choose." If this video opened your eyes, gave you a fresh perspective, or simply reminded you that health is about choices, not deprivation, then make sure you click that like button and subscribe to our channel right now for more updates like this. We're here every week with new insights, practical tips, and evidence-based advice, all tailored to support your journey toward better living. Let's take a deeper dive into how sweet fruits interact with blood sugar and how you, or a loved one living with diabetes, can truly take advantage of nature's healthiest snacks without guilt or fear. Because it's not just about knowing which fruits are safe. It's also about understanding why they're safe, how your body processes them, and how to build your meals around them for the best results. Let's start by busting one of the biggest myths out there, that fruit sugar is the same as table sugar. Many people believe that because fruit contains sugar, it must spike blood sugar levels just like candy or soda. But nothing could be further from the truth. The sugar found in fruit, primarily fructose and glucose, is packaged with fiber, water, and a host of nutrients that change how it's absorbed and used in your body. Unlike processed sugars that hit your bloodstream like a freight train, the sugar. In fact, fiber is a diabetic's best friend. It slows digestion, prevents blood sugar spikes, and promotes a feeling of fullness. This is why whole fruits are so valuable. Consider this: eating an apple with the skin on provides several grams of fiber and keeps you full longer than drinking the same calories in apple juice, which has no fiber and hits your bloodstream all at once. Let's explore this a bit further by looking at the glycemic index, a tool every diabetic should know. The glycemic index, or GI, measures how quickly a food raises blood sugar. Foods with a GI of 55 or less are considered low GI, meaning they digest slowly and cause a gradual rise in blood sugar. Most of the fruits we talked about earlier, like guava, strawberries, and pears, fall into this low GI category. Even mangoes, which are often misunderstood, have a moderate GI when eaten in small amounts. But the glycemic index is just one piece of the puzzle. There's also the Bose glycemic load, which factors in the portion size. A fruit might have a moderate or high GI, but if the portion is small, the actual impact on blood sugar may still be minimal. For example, watermelon has a high GI, but the glycemic load of a modest serving is actually low, meaning it's not necessarily off limits if you eat it mindfully. So what does this mean for you or your loved ones? It means freedom. The freedom to enjoy delicious sweet fruits, as long as you understand how to work with your body, not against it. Now let's talk strategy. How can you build your meals or snacks around these fruits for better blood sugar management? Here are a few practical tips that are often overlooked. 1. Pairing fruits with protein or fat. This one is crucial. When you eat a sweet fruit with a bit of protein, say, pairing blackberries with cottage cheese or an apple with peanut butter, it slows down the absorption of sugar into your bloodstream. This helps prevent blood sugar spikes and keeps you feeling full longer. Think of it like putting a speed limiter on how fast sugar can enter your system. 2. Eating fruits earlier in the day. Your insulin sensitivity is usually better in the morning than at night. That means your body is more efficient at using the sugar you eat in the early hours. Having your fruit as part of breakfast or as a mid-morning snack is a smart way to reduce the likelihood of sugar staying elevated in your bloodstream. 3. Whole fruits over smoothies or juices. Blending fruits into smoothies might seem like a healthy habit, but it depends on what else is in that smoothie. If you're adding multiple high-sugar fruits without enough fiber, protein, or fat, the glycemic impact can be similar to drinking juice. To keep smoothies diabetes-friendly, always include a green vegetable like spinach or kale, a good protein source like Greek yogurt, and some healthy fat like chia seeds or nut butter. That way, the sugar is balanced out by other. 4. Watching portion sizes. This one can't be stressed enough. Even low GI fruits can cause trouble if eaten in excess. Measure your servings. A cup of berries, one small apple, or half a mango is usually a good standard. Don't fall into the trap of thinking that because something is natural, it's unlimited. Now you might be wondering, is fruit better than other sweet alternatives? Absolutely. Artificial sweeteners and low-carb snacks may have their place, but they often lack the nutritional benefits of real fruit. Whole fruits provide antioxidants that protect your cells, vitamins that strengthen your immune system, and minerals that support heart and kidney health, all of which are especially important for people living with diabetes. Let's touch on another important topic. What fruits should be limited or avoided entirely? While we're focusing on what you can eat, it's still worth knowing the more dangerous options. Dried fruits like raisins, dates, or dried mango are highly concentrated sources of sugar. Just a small handful can contain more sugar than a candy bar. Fruit juices, even 100% natural, often lack fiber and can spike blood sugar dramatically. Canned fruits packed in syrup are another trap. Always read the label. Let's pivot to another important angle. How to read your body's response to fruit. Not all diabetics respond to fruit the same way. What works for one person might not for another, and that's where personal monitoring becomes essential. Try keeping a food diary for a few days. Log your blood sugar before and after trying a new fruit. You may find that half a mango causes a small spike, but a pear doesn't, or vice versa. This kind of feedback is priceless and can help you fine-tune your diet based. You could also talk to your doctor or a registered dietitian about incorporating a continuous glucose monitor, CGM, into your routine. These devices track your glucose in real time, allowing you to see exactly how your body reacts to different foods, including fruits. Here's something else worth adding. Fruit as a tool for reversing insulin resistance. When used correctly, fruits can help improve your overall metabolic health. That's because they contain polyphenols, plant compounds that reduce oxidative stress, inflammation, and even enhance the function of insulin receptors. Guava, berries, apples, and pears are especially rich in these compounds, making them not just safe, but actively beneficial for people managing diabetes. And let's not forget about the mental and emotional side of eating. Deprivation leads to burnout. When people are constantly told to avoid sweet things, it creates resentment and rebellion. Including small portions of sweet fruits can help maintain satisfaction and emotional well-being, both of which are critical for long-term success in diabetes management. So here's the bottom line. Sweet fruits are not the enemy. With the right knowledge, portion control, and strategic pairings, they can be one of your greatest allies in achieving blood sugar control, nutritional balance, and a better quality of life. If you found this information helpful, informative, or even just reassuring, be sure to like this video and subscribe for more updates. We're here every week with powerful content from senior health tips to keep you educated, motivated, and thriving, no matter your age or diagnosis. Stay tuned, stay strong, and remember, smart choices, not fear, lead to better health.